The Raptors take down Eastern Conference rival and the Atlanta Hawks 106-100 in a very impressive performance. We're going to break down everything from the game in today's post-game show. Welcome everybody to today's post-game show on Amateur Clips. We do a post-game show for every single Raptors game, so make sure if you're interested in seeing those that you're subscribed to the channel, and consider checking out our Twitch streams where we do a watch party for every single Raptors game. Amateur Sports on Twitch, link is in the description. But let's get down to business here. The Raptors get the big win, 106-100. 2 games above 500 now at 25-23. We came to this game up above 500 by 1 game. The Hawks below 500 by 1 game. The Hawks had come into this one having won 6 games in a row, if I'm not mistaken. No Trae Young, but there are still players that can hurt you on this team. So the Raptors had to show up, and at 2.5 point favorites, they did get it done in the end. With Trae Young available, it may have been different, but I guess we'll never know. Most impressive was Gary Trent, who for the 4th game in a row puts up 30 points, 31 points in this game, 10 for 22 from the field, 9 for 15 from 3. Exceptional performance. Siakam, excellent as well. 25 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, efficient shooting. We absolutely love that. Fred, inefficient night again, did end up with 11 assists and did have a couple big 3-pointers late on in this game, but I just want to find a little bit more of that consistency from his field goal percentages. OG chipped in as well. He had that huge 3-pointer to put us up by 4 points late. Barnes, despite the limited offensive production, offered this team a ton on defense and was absolutely vital to this win. Look at the Hawks. If it wasn't for Kevin Huerter, this game would have been over earlier. He was 9 for 11 from the field, 5 for 5 from 3 with 26 points. And Bogdanovic, who struggled earlier in the game, came alive and couldn't miss late. Ended with 18 points on the bench. John Collins was worried about in this one. You know, with Trae Young out, you'd hope as a Hawks fan he'd step up, but he was 3 for 11 with only 6 points. The Raptors did a good job of limiting the Hawks. Field goal percentage-wise, we had the 3-ball working for us today. We shot 50% from 3, only 43% from the field, contrary to their 46%. But it is going to be those extra possessions that kind of leads to the Raptors succeeding, and we had more offensive rebounds by 1. Turnover-wise, they turned the ball over almost double. They turned the ball over 15 times. We only turned it over 8 times. And that's what the Raptors do. The Raptors are one of the most inefficient teams in the league. Not at this. Factually, they're one of the most inefficient teams in the league. Where we make that up is extra possessions. So crashing the offensive glass and getting those steals, forcing those turnovers. And like I always say, and when you get into these clutch circumstances, the good teams win these games. The good teams find a way to get themselves over the line in situations just like this. The Hawks kept hitting some big shots, for sure. The Hawks kept hitting some big shots. Bogdanovic and Huerter, like they couldn't miss late on in the game. But when we needed big shots, we got it. We got some big plays by Siakam, big plays by Van Fleet, and big plays by Trent as well, and OG Anunoby as well. 4 of your main sources of offense, and they come and help you out late on in games. That's how you win these types of games. We're in the midst of a very difficult stretch for the Raptors. Obviously, that triple overtime game against Miami took a lot out of the system, but good way to start 4 games in 5 days with a win. We go back home tomorrow for a game against the Miami Heat. That's always going to be a tough game against the Heat. You get 1 day off, then you have another back-to-back after that. So Raptors, great to start this one off with a win, a nice win against the Atlanta Hawks. The Eastern Conference standings are starting to heat up a little bit. As the Raptors are kind of looking towards that playoff spot, we kind of see what's going on. The Hawks are nipping at our heels now after their 6-game win streak, or 7-game win streak rather, which just ended against the Raptors. We're going to keep in that 8th position. I believe the Celtics won tonight as well. The Hornets just a little bit ahead of us. We have a game coming up against the Hornets, which is going to be a big game if we want to keep moving up. But like looking at this, I can't see the Raptors moving into a top 6, and it's going to be difficult to move into a top 7. So 8th to really 10 It's going to be a feisty battle all the way through the season. So the Raptors going to have a keen eye on that. Maybe, you know, we go on a run and we can move up into those positions. However, looking at those standings, it is going to be a dogfight in the Eastern Conference to get into that play-in.
Top 4, baby.
A regular playoff position. Shout out top 4. Definitely not making, man, that's not to say definitely, but I don't think we're going to end up in a top 4 position this year. But the starters continue to thrive for this team, continue to get us wins. The bench continues to not offer a ton of scoring. We only had 12 bench points today. The Hawks, Bogdanovic had 18 on his own. The Hawks as a whole ended up having 41 bench points. Jeez. So we got to find a way to get some more out of our bench as we get kind of towards the trade deadline. We're hoping to add in a center. We're hoping to add in some bench pieces, but we know there's a lot of talent with the starting lineup. Even if we can't get it this season, like the future is looking so good with this very young core of Trent, VanVleet, Barnes, Anunoby, Siakam. All very young. Like the oldest, Siakam and VanVleet at 27. There is plenty of room to grow, and wins like this are going to do wonders for their confidence and also going to do wonders for their development. Let's hope they still have the motor for tomorrow. I mean, minutes, no, it's been worse. VanVleet at 39, Barnes at 36, Anunoby at 36, Siakam and Trent at 41. It's been worse. Against the Heat, every Raptors starter played at least 54 minutes, so that one was brutal. We actually had the top 3 players in minutes per game this season, with I think VanVleet, Siakam, and Anunoby in that. So absolutely could do with some bench help. Masai, please help us. But regardless of all the negatives, big win for the Raptors. Great performance. I'm happy. The defense late came alive. The offense late came alive, and as a result, we are going to be on a happy flight back to Toronto for tomorrow's game against the Heat. Thank you so much for watching this post-game show. If you enjoyed, make sure you're subscribed for a post-game show for every single Raptors game, and make sure to like it as well to let other people know this is a post-game show worth watching. Don't be afraid to come check out our watch parties on Twitch at twitch.tv/amateursports. Link in the description. I'll be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow for that Raptors game against the Heat. Come check us out. See if it's your thing. See if you enjoy what is going on there.